Hi everybody, I hope you're having a magical day. I'm back here in my doll room and I'm going to be reviewing some new items that I've recently got from my collection. So this includes items that I've got in the mail or either bought within the last couple weeks, and these things probably just don't comprise of their own video, so I'm going to talk about them here individually as a group and just let you know what I think about them. So the things I have to show you today are dolls, Funko Pops, I have some pins, but I think dolls are going to win the race today. So I'm going to just display these things and just kind of tell you what I think of them. And after this video, they will be officially inducted as members of my collection and not just new arrivals. So I have some of the things set up here behind me, so stay tuned as I go through each one in no particular order. First up is this Ariel Little Mermaid live action mini doll from Mattel. So in my giant haul video where I received all of my live action Little Mermaid merchandise, I talked about the mini sets of dolls that they had, and there's a set of the sisters that I showed you guys and a set of the whole kind of story you can reenact, and then there is a set of Ariel with like her grotto. So this is basically just that Ariel doll that's in that set that you can get just on her own, and she's really cheap. She's about $5, but it's like a single Ariel doll. So basically it's just like the same Little Mermaid packaging that they've been using. It says Ariel, says Mattel, has Sebastian down there in the corner, and it has that same Ariel doll in it, except if you want one by itself or just something that's not too expensive to get, here she is. And of course I had to get her because you kind of have to have this to complete the set. They had 1 million of these at Walmart. They all like stood up next to each other. I think if a little kid just walked by it, they could just topple them all over and they all fall over like dominoes. So interesting to see how these things hold up in the toy aisle. But here she is. Like I said, I think she's about $5. So next is also Little Mermaid live action, is a pin from the Disney store, and this is how they shipped it to me in this little pouch. But I've been looking forward to the Disney Little Mermaid live action pins that are officially coming from Disney. Different companies kind of make them. There's some from Box Lunch, some from Loungefly. It's just kind of your preference, but this is officially made by the Disney store and is sold by Shop Disney and Disney Parks. So there is this limited release pin of live action Ursula. Oh, let me take this plastic off so I can kind of show you better. So limited release, I think, really technically doesn't mean like limited edition, but I think what it means is that basically they're gonna make like so many of them, and like they might make more or they might not, and if they don't make any more, then that's just kind of it. So it does say limited release down at the bottom, and it has Ursula on it from the new live action movie, Melissa McCarthy's Ursula, and it's really high quality, as Disney pins always are. You know, I would expect nothing less from the Disney store. Of course, there is a pin of Ariel and some friends on it that says limited edition, and she wasn't available when I ordered this from the Disney store website, so I'll have to get her a different time. But this was at least the first pin that they had, and here's another example of the Disney store matching the Mattel merchandise. See, they have the same artwork on there. So I thought this was very cool, but if any more of the live action Little Mermaid pins go on to the Shop Disney website, you know, I'm going to get them because I'm nowhere near Disney World or Disneyland to get them. Alright, next, let's go with the Funko Pop. Next is a Funko Pop that is exclusive to Party City. So a part of the Disney 100 Funko Pop set. This is an Elsa Funko Pop, and there is a pop of Elsa doing this same pose, just it's not as glittery and metallic as this one. So that one is just like the normal release, and this one from Party City is a more diamond, like glittered, like encrusted one. You know, you see how she's really sparkly, and she just shines and shimmers. Everything's glittered on her except for her skin and her hair. And she has that diamond Funko Pop sticker, and she has a sticker that says Party City exclusive sticker. So there's a Party City near me, but I wasn't just gonna like take chances to go there to like look for the specific item. So she actually was up on the Funko shop website, which is interesting. I think they're getting some exclusives on there for other stores on their website, so that's where I got her. And I will put her next to the regular version of this Funko. But celebrating Disney 100 is a diamond Elsa. So now let's take a look at this beautiful Tinkerbell doll. So as probably everybody knows, Peter, Pan and Wendy, the new Disney live action movie, released on Disney Plus a couple weeks ago, and Mattel made collector dolls for this movie. And I'm really excited because besides The Little Mermaid and this movie, these are the first times that Mattel has got to make live action dolls for Disney in such a long time. All of you know the whole spill there. So you know why these dolls are so important. And they are really nice quality. There are two doll set. Well, there's this doll and then there's this doll set from the film. But it's from Peter, Pan and Wendy. And this is their new version of Tinkerbell, who is played by an actress named Yara Shahidi. And in the film, she really doesn't talk a whole lot. She has one line at the end that kind of gives you a little tear, you know, in your eye, because basically, you know, only kind of true believers in magic and things can hear fairies in this movie. But anyways, so she just kind of looks beautiful the whole time, and she's really small, so she just kind of flies around. But here's like a blown up version of the character. And as you can see, the packaging is just so pretty for these Peter, Pan and Wendy dolls. I mean, up here you have John Michael and Michael's little teddy bear that he's holding in the clouds, and this is Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, also flying through the air. You know, if you've seen the animated Peter Pan, these are going to be recognizable elements. You don't have to watch the new movie to like know that. And down here we have an image of Peter Pan, played by Alexander Maloney, and we have Wendy Darling, played by Ever Anderson. So, and they're just looking very mystified and, you know, just very magical. And it has the Peter Pan and Wendy logo, it says Tinkerbell, and it has the Mattel logo. But I think that this is super, super nice quality, you know, for like a live action doll. So she really actually looks a lot like the actress Yara Shahidi. She has plastic wings, and her outfit, I mean, basically looks just like what she wears in the film. And it looks like kind of a just normal Tinkerbell dress that we've seen on other dolls, and she doesn't have any shoes on, which she doesn't wear any shoes in the movie. The back of the box just kind of gives a little bit of like a commentary on the movie, just kind of like what it's about, but we all kind of know what the Peter Pan story is about. And it has a picture of the doll. So this is really nice. I think this represents this character very well. The packaging is beautiful. I can keep this in the box forever. And she wasn't that expensive, like $25, I think. So this is something I will always have for this film. Now, I think everyone has probably already seen how I feel about the movie, and it did have its issues, I think. It definitely wasn't a perfect film, but I think that these dolls are not affected by that. These dolls are very nice. So really, it doesn't really depend on how you feel about the movie to influence your feelings about these dolls, because they're very nice, regardless of if you think the movie's good or not. So here's the bigger set from Peter Pan and Wendy, and it's basically the same artwork on this box that's on the other box, but they like blew it up bigger. And this is Peter Pan and Wendy Darling, and it's a 2-pack of them in the same box. And the back of the box has the same commentary up here that the Tinkerbell doll has, and then it has like some official stock photos of Peter Pan and Wendy. So I think that these dolls look just like the actors who portray them. Peter Pan has his hat, he has a sword, and he has shoes. I mean, I think all the details are really there. I mean, he has his signature green outfit, you know, very recognizable as Peter Pan. I will say though, Alexander Maloney, you know, he seems like such a nice person and a good kid and a really nice actor, you know, but in this movie, his stunts were just horrid. In the film, I mean, they looked really staged. Like, I wish there was some more believability that he was Peter Pan. Nevertheless, he looks good in doll form. Ever Anderson as Wendy Darling looks very cute. I think that looks like a cartoon version of her face, which is probably what you want to aim for with these dolls. The brown hair, she has this necklace that is kind of seen in the film a little bit, but then kind of not, you know, it's never really kind of explained. Of course, she has her night robe, her knickers underneath, and she wears boots, which she has boots on during the film. So I think it's a good representation of her. Looks like I think a doll of her should. So, you know, as I say again, I think no matter what you think about the movie, these dolls are very nice. And Wendy Darling's character in the movie is very independent, sometimes a little angsty, you know, but I think Ever Anderson is great as her. You know, if only she had a better, I guess a better world to explore her Wendy Darling in. But like I said, you know, no matter how you feel about the movie, these dolls are wonderful. So, just a few more things. Continuing with the Disney 100 pops, here is a Snow White pop that is a, well, not really a variant, it's just a Target exclusive. Usually the exclusives are variants of other things, but there's not a variant of this. So I showed this in a video that I did of the Snow White and Rags limited edition doll. But I'm just going to show it again because she's technically a new arrival, and it is a Target exclusive Funko of Snow White in her Rags outfit. Clogs, rips, tears, doves, she's cleaning, she has a little wash bucket there, there's a puddle. So I love this, you know, there's just not another version of this. Like with Elsa, there's another version. With this, there's not. She just stands on her own. Okay, so let's take a look at this Ariel doll that I got late, or it would have been in my giant Little Mermaid haul review. And this Little Mermaid doll sings, so it's the same Halle Bailey face sculpt, the same hair, but of course the body is different because it has a singing mechanism in there. And you can see that, you know, it's that same face, but the body is different. So, and whenever she sings, she's a little flat on the doll because I think the doll is kind of, it might be running dead a little bit, but in the beginning she's a little flat, but then she finally hits on key. It's kind of, it's very interesting. So I got this basically to complete my Little Mermaid Mattel collection, but she does sing. And I've been told that even when you take her out of the box, she sings the same thing that she does in the box. So there's not like a demo version, she just sings the same thing. And she sings some of Part of Your World. It's very brief. But you would take her tail and snap it on the bottom, you know, if you were taking her out of the box. And yeah, and she is called Sing and Dream Ariel. So I'm gonna add her to my Little Mermaid live action Mattel dolls. But I had to have her, and this is interesting because this is the only one that has the Disney 100 logo up here. None of the others have that. I don't know why. So there is her. So I'm gonna finish today with two big things. two big things we're going to look at briefly. So the first thing, and I'll save the best for last, but the first big thing that I have is a Snow White movie poster Funko Pop. And I got one of these for the Wizard of Oz Dorothy one, and I told everyone, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get another one of these because they're so big and gosh, they're making so many, but I had to have this one because I just have such an appreciation for this poster. And whenever I seen that they used the original Snow White poster from Walt Disney Studios and put the Snow White Pop in the color scheme of this, I just thought, oh my goodness, because you don't see this anymore. This is the original color scheme for what Snow White could have been, and as she was portrayed on this poster. It's an original Walt Disney Studios poster of the film, and they put her in that color, and it just makes me really excited. So it's technically Snow White and like woodland friends, so she has little like squirrels and bunnies and stuff next to her, but I'm just like, this is so beautiful. So since this has came out, there's like 10 more that have been announced and released. There's a Cinderella one, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, like there's so many, and like I don't know how anyone would have room for all these because they're just so massive. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting any more because I don't have room for them. I have to have room for other things, but I'm going to have to maybe limit myself with these, but I thought this one was very pretty. So the last thing that I have on my agenda is this live action Little Mermaid Ariel's Ultimate Sister 7 pack. So 7 including Ariel. This shipped very slowly to me from the Disney store, and I had to wait a long time for this to get here, but I'm so glad it finally came, and I have all of Ariel's sisters in the new movie. So I'm going to try to remember their names for you guys. So there is Tamika, Mala, Karina, Ariel of course, Perla, Indira, and Caspia, I think is their names. Please correct me if I did it wrong. But here they are. They are so stunning. All of the face sculpts are just gorgeous, you know, and they really all look like they're individual actors. Like, Mattel did not cheap out on the face sculpts. They really all have like a version of the actor that they're portrayed by, you know, and I think what's working so well for these and for the Peter Pan and Wendy dolls is that they're taking these actors and they're making them like miniature, they're taking their faces, shrinking them down, I guess, and making them more cartoony, and I think that works for these, and like that's what they did with them, and I think that's basically what they did with these. So here's a picture of the dolls on the back, and I mean I'm thinking that's what they did with these. They just made them cartoony, and it works because, you know, these really look like the actresses. Like that really looks like Simone Ashley. Like I would recognize that in a heartbeat. So I'm very impressed with this, and I'm very happy. And no, I'm not gonna take it out of the box because it's so pretty, and I wanna keep it this way. So if you're gonna ask me about that, the answer is no, and it's just so expensive, and I wanna keep it perfect forever. Alright everybody, thank you for watching my current mail haul review. Let me know what you think of all of these items. I will try to take some individual pictures of everything. So stay tuned for more doll, Disney, Little Mermaid content, princess content. And of course, as always, have an enchanted, magical day.